Google AI has cracked the code and learned the deepest secrets of the human brain. You won't believe what it discovered. Researchers from Harvard University and Google DeepMind have created an artificial brain for a virtual rat that can control the rat's movements in a highly realistic physics simulation. Published in the prestigious journal Nature, this groundbreaking work opens up vast new possibilities for understanding brain function and controlling complex behaviors, potentially leading to more advanced and adaptive robots in the future. Imagine scientists built a super realistic computer world where a tiny virtual rat could move around just like a real one. To do this, they had to build the rat's body inside the computer, complete with muscles and bones that work just like a real rat. They used special recordings of real rats moving to make sure their virtual rat moved realistically too. Kinda like copying homework from a super smart friend. This is a big deal because it lets scientists study how brains work in a whole new way. The scientists didn't stop at the super realistic virtual rat body. They wanted to give it a brain too. This brain is like a super complex web of connections, kind of like a spaghetti junction for information. To make this brain work, they use a special learning technique from Google DeepMind. This technique basically involves showing the brain recordings of real rats moving around. By watching these recordings, the virtual brain learned how to control the virtual rat's body, just like a kid learning to ride a bike by watching others. The scientists wanted the virtual brain to move the rat just like a real brain would. Normally, our brains don't tell each muscle exactly what to do. Instead, they figure out where we want to move, like reaching for a glass, and send a signal to make it happen. The virtual brain worked the same way. They fed it information about how real rats move, and the virtual brain learned to send the right signals to the virtual muscles to make the rat move in those ways. The coolest This virtual brain wasn't just a copycat. Even though it learned from recordings of real rats moving, it could also come up with new movements all on its own. This is like a creative chef using what they've learned to invent a delicious new dish. By studying the signals inside this virtual brain, scientists could see how it worked and learn more about how real rat brains might control movement. Surprisingly, the patterns inside the virtual brain closely resembled recordings from real rat brains. This suggests that the virtual brain might have figured out some of the same tricks real brains use to move around. The virtual brain was super smart. It could switch between different movements depending on what it needed to do, just like a real rat that can groom itself, run around, or stand on its hind legs. It also figured out how to move efficiently, using only the necessary energy and making tiny adjustments. Just like how our bodies try not to waste energy when we move. This shows that the virtual brain, by learning from its own movements, accidentally discovered some of the same tricks real brains use to move around effectively. The scientists learned even more by looking closely at the tiny changes in the virtual brain's signals. These changes, kind of like static on a TV, were linked to how precisely the virtual rat moved. By studying this connection, they gained a new window into how real brains might translate their own signals into movements. This is because the virtual world allowed them to see everything that was happening, which wouldn't be possible with a real rat. It's like being able to see the inner workings of a complex machine by having a perfectly clear model to examine. While there is much more to explore, it's clear that this virtual rat brain has opened up a new paradigm for investigating motor control and other cognitive processes in a fully accessible model of the brain-body environment loop. This new frontier, termed virtual neuroscience, offers a sandbox for testing theories about neural circuits and computational processes. The platform allows for constructing simulated neural networks with arbitrary architectures, connectivity patterns, neuron properties, and learning rules, providing an unprecedentedly transparent window into neural mechanisms behind both overt actions and covert cognitive processes. The potential applications extend beyond neuroscience. These virtual brain-body models can simulate neurological conditions or injuries, offering new ways to gain insights into brain disorders and test therapies or neuroprosthetics in silico before animal trials. Furthermore, this advancement has immense potential for revolutionizing robotic control. By reverse engineering how biological intelligence emerges from distributed neural dynamics, roboticists could develop robots that adapt their control strategies dynamically, optimize force and energy expenditure, maintain robust operation despite failures, and ultimately become far more versatile and capable autonomous systems. In summary, the Harvard DeepMind collaboration has created a powerful tool for advancing our understanding of both biological brains and artificial intelligence, with profound implications for neuroscience, robotics, and beyond. This breakthrough represents a significant step forward in our quest to unravel the complexities of intelligent behavior and control.